There is a kind of love that refuses to quit, a kind of faith that keeps showing up even when nothing seems to be changing. And that is the kind of love God placed inside a parent's heart, the kind that fights in prayer when words fail. The kind that stands in the gap when your children are struggling, lost, distant, or even running in the opposite direction. Because this is not just emotional love, this is spiritual warfare, and whether people realize it or not, what you do in prayer reaches places you physically cannot go. You may feel tired, you may feel unheard, you may look at your child and wonder if anything you've poured into them even matters anymore. But hear this clearly, God has not forgotten a single prayer, not one tear, not one moment you cried out in the middle of the night asking Him to protect them. Guide them and bring them back, because the prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. James 5:16. And that means something is happening even when you don't see it yet. The enemy would love nothing more than for you to give up, to believe the lie that it's too late, that they've gone too far, that they'll never change. But God specializes in turning impossible situations into testimonies. He reaches into darkness and pulls people back into light. He breaks chains that looked permanent, and He restores what people thought was lost forever. Remember the promise. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Proverbs 22:6. That word does not expire, it does not weaken over time, it stands, even when your child is going through seasons of rebellion, confusion, or pain, because seeds planted in truth do not die, they wait. They grow beneath the surface and at the right time. God brings them back to life. You are not just hoping, you are standing on truth. You are partnering with God every time you pray, every time you speak life over your child instead of fear, every time you choose faith instead of giving up, because "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Jeremiah 29:11. And that promise extends to your children even when their current path doesn't reflect it. Don't let what you see shake what God has said, because what you see is temporary, but what God has spoken is eternal. Jesus Himself showed us the power of persistent prayer. The kind that doesn't quit just because the answer hasn't shown up yet. The kind that keeps knocking, keeps seeking, keeps believing, because ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. Matthew 7:7. And that is not empty encouragement. That is a guarantee rooted in the character of God who hears and responds. So you keep praying over their minds, their hearts, their decisions, their friendships, their future, even when they don't understand it, even when they resist it. Even when they seem far from God, because distance does not scare God, rebellion does not block Him, and confusion does not confuse Him. He sees exactly where they are and knows exactly how to reach them. And don't forget this, while you are praying for your children, God is also strengthening you. Building your faith, deepening your trust, teaching you how to stand firm even when it hurts, because parenting is not just about raising children, it is about walking with God through every season and trusting Him with what matters most. Cast all your anxiety on Him because He cares for you. 1 Peter 5:7 means you don't carry this alone, you don't fight this battle alone, you don't have to have all the answers because God is already working in ways you cannot see. Never stop praying for your children because your prayers are not wasted, your faith is not in vain. And your love is not unnoticed. God is moving even now, even in silence, even behind the scenes, and one day you will see what He was doing all along, bringing restoration, healing, and purpose into their lives in ways only He could. Hold on, stand firm, and keep believing. Because God finishes what He starts, and your child's story is not over. Please follow my page so that you don't miss what's coming next. Please feel free to like, share, and comment. Let's spread the light. Thank you so much with love always, Maria D.C. Santiago.